Hello.
Gracious me.
Hello.
Gracious me.
It's her. In the Rubber Room Studios.
Yeah, we're back at the Rubber Room Studios, and we're excited. We have Gracious Me as our guest this week. Actually, we're her guests, I guess.
Yes, we're more like her guests, so thank you for having us.
Excellent. Well, I have been having fun this week here at Rubber Room recording a new album.
Awesome.
And it's awesome to have you all come on in.
Yeah. Well, thank you
She's
for...
been busy.
Yeah, you've been a busy person. So, and I know you're from Virginia.
Yep.
Technically.
So why all the way down in Chapel Hill to record?
So I guess I got introduced to some folks who live in this area who are sort of part of the musical community through a singing camp that I go to called Augusta in West Virginia.
Ah.
And I say Augusta, and people think I'm going to go play golf in Georgia. But this is a singing camp, music camp in West Virginia. And so I met some folks from down here. And then one year, a woman who at the time lived down here came to the singing camp and invited me to come to a guitar camp that she went to down here that's run by Danny Gotham.
Oh.
And then through that, I met an entire universe of musical folks down here.
Pick and bow too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, thank you so much for coming down here and spending some time with us while you're
On behalf
here.
of Chapel Hill. Thank you.
We always like to jump right into a song. So first we have Neville's Quarter. You call it in the air. If you get it right, you get to decide who goes first. If you get it wrong, we go first.
All right.
All right, ready? Call it.
Heads.
And
Tails.
Tails.
So we get to decide. It's been a while. Normally heads wins. But I always go with heads.
So we go first, right?
Okay, yeah, let's go first.
Cool. Which one did you want to do first? You have a violin in your
I
hand.
have a violin in my hand, so let's do Other Side of the Road, our newest release.
Cool. There we go. There's gotta be more to life than this rusty old bloody knife I found sticking in my back about 1,000 times before. There's gotta be more to this. What's my purpose? Why do I exist? I'm teetering on the edge and everything seems hopeless. There's a dark side, I've seen it before. There's a very dark side, I've been down that road. But I'm back now and I found hope on the other side of the road. So many years I've been here, tried to live my life without any fear. Got pain in my back and you stood by to watch me bleed. But still I'm filled with regret. Got nothing to show for all my sweat. So many friends I left behind, I hope I don't forget. Now I'm not afraid of anything. I found my voice so now I can sing. So much joy and happiness you'll bring when you treat yourself like the king. 'Cause that rusty old bloody knife can penetrate your crown. And I can hear my people singing, singing out in hope and desperation, and pouring and begging for someone to hold them tight. They pray that there's more to life, and I promise you that they're right. Just close your eyes and take a step across the road. 'Cause there's a dark side, I've seen it before. There's a very dark side, I've been down that road. But I'm back now and I found hope on the other side of the road.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
So cool to be in this space. So, what makes you choose the Rubber Room Studios?
So, when I first decided to record, I was very new to songwriting. And I know plenty of people who've written for 20 years and they think at some point they're going to get perfect and make sort of a capstone album.
All right.
And so I knew very early on I didn't want to do that.
Don't wait.
And so as soon as I got some songs together that I felt like I would not be embarrassed to hear in a couple of years, I wanted to go ahead and get some recording done so that you sort of have a mile marker and then you move from there.
Yeah.
So that I didn't kind of have that pressure of, oh, I need to have this perfect song and perfect setup to record.
Yeah.
And so I knew that I needed to bring a really good community around me to get those songs recorded the way they needed to be recorded. And so I contacted some of my musical friends, and they suggested Jerry here at the Rubber Room, and then I checked in with him and told him, hey, I want to come down there and record a 5-song EP in this ludicrously short period of time. And then he said, well, if you want to do it that way, here's some musicians I want you to work with because they're really efficient and can really get it done really quickly. And so I worked with those folks, and then I've sort of been building out the community a little more on this cycle of recording, adding some additional things in.
Cool. Well, can we hear one of your songs?
Sure. So, so since it's September 11th, I wanted to start with sort of a September 11th related song. And so this one's called The Battle's Not Over. I know a man who'd been in the war. He can't sit with his back to the door. He jumps when horns blare, and he's always keeping score. Still unsure, can he be who he was before? The battle's not over, he's still fighting hard. His body may be safe, but his mind's still on guard. The battle's not over, it's deep inside. It comes and it goes now. The enemy's his mind. He wakes up shaking, covered in sweat. Each friend and enemy he hasn't met. I can't make him trust the war's over yet. Every shadow, the flickering ghost of a threat. The battle's not over, he's still fighting hard. His body may be safe, but his mind's still on guard. The battle's not over, it's deep inside. It comes and it goes now. The enemy's his mind. I know a man who'd been in the war. He can't sit with his back to the door. He jumps when horns blare, and he's always keeping score. Still unsure, can he be who he was before? Can he be who he was before?
Powerful song.
Thank
You
you.
played that at Surfa, right? sounds very
Yes,
familiar.
so I played that
Yeah.
song at Surfa, and this is one of two songs
remember
that I
that one.
took to the South Florida Folk Festival. I was a finalist in their songwriting contest.
Oh, awesome.
Hey, Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a strong song.
I
Thank
saw
you.
you've been a finalist in a few songwriting
Yeah,
things,
yeah,
right?
yeah. I like to have sort of deadlines to finish things.
Ah,
And so
Yes.
having a specific, oh, you need to turn it in by this point is a good motivator for me
Yeah.
to just finish songs.
That's good. Ooh, I might try that.
So speaking of keeping busy, when's your next gig?
So I'm having sort of a crazy week. So I am hanging out with y'all. And then I am going to run over to the Mighty Kraken
Ooh.
on, not in, but on White Cross.
Mhm.
And I'm going to be part of the Giddy Up Cowgirls tribute to Jonathan Byrd. So we've got a lot of
Yeah.
wonderful area musicians, and then me, singing Jonathan Byrd songs tonight. So y'all need to come on out. It starts at 7. It's going to go till at least 9. It's going to be a great show.
I would ask you which ones, but I want to leave it as a surprise. For
Exactly.
people.
It's a
Gotta go.
surprise.
Yeah.
And then on Friday, I'm going to be the second hour on Pass the Hat on WHUP.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool, with Bob
And-
Johnson.
Yes, with
Kurt
Bob Johnson.
Ridge.
Exactly.
Kirk Ridge.
And Leah Kaufman and Jan Jones Pulley are going to play with me.
Oh, cool.
And-
Cool.
A studio audience is welcome. So anybody who wants to come down to, I think it's 117 Market Street in Hillsborough.
Whoa,
It's
We
lovely.
that's
would
impressive.
love to have you jump on in and sing a chorus
the
with us and be a
address.
studio
Yeah,
audience.
That's impressive. I've been there like 20 times and I have no idea what the address
Just
is.
gotta think. Just gotta.
It's right across the street from Yonder. That's all I know.
I
See?
love sitting into Pass
Right.
the Hat.
So if you don't do addresses, if you do landmarks, we've got it covered both ways.
Yeah.
Come join us.
Awesome. Well, you got another song for us?
Yes,
Sure.
please.
Sure. So the next one that I'm going to do here is this one's called Don't Become What You Claim to Hate. I have not mastered the art of only having 1 or 2 word song titles yet. So some of mine are a little sort of wordy, but this one's Don't Become What You Claim to Hate. Us and them is so much easier than doing the work that makes us human. It's a piece of cake, drawing lines that don't break, that box them out and box us in. Don't become what you claim to hate. Don't be the reason another part breaks. Get in there and work for every change you can make. But don't become what you claim to hate. Changing what you can't accept is so much harder than getting upset. In for the long haul, getting up when you fall. We so often get what we reflect. Don't become what you claim to hate. Don't be the reason another part breaks. Get in there and work for every change you can make. But don't become what you claim to hate. You don't become what you claim to hate.
Nice. That's very singable. It was really hard to stop myself from jumping with
It's
like a
like, I want
harmony.
to sing it.
Yeah. I love that.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Lovely.
So what inspired that one?
So I guess that one's kind of, politically inspired, just in the sense that so often we get very self-righteous about whatever our position is, and
Yeah.
if we can't keep hold of our common humanity, then it's very easy to sort of flip over into being whatever we think we are pointing out and castigating in others.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I see that.
It's a hard truth. Gotta be careful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's probably impossible to attain exactly.
Exactly, but it's
You
something
gotta keep it
to
in mind.
strive
You
for
gotta try,
sure.
Yeah.
So where can people find your music?
So my website is graciousmemusic.com, And I have a few videos on YouTube, which if you search for Gracious Me, you find a whole bunch of stuff. And you particularly find a lot of videos, hundreds of them, from a British comedy show. But if you search for, I got crafty, I now have a band. If you search for Gracious Me and the Ingrates, we're all you find. It's just us.
That one important word.
Exactly. Well, as you may be able to tell, an English teacher helped in the naming of the band. So he plays percussion with me sometimes, a guy named Ron Goad, but he thought of the Ingrates part.
I like
so
that.
I got to give him some credit.
That's awesome.
But yeah,
that's why we like Neville's Quarter, because the only other thing that comes up is like Neville's brothers.
Okay, right, the Neville brothers, and if
we're
people are
obviously
looking for that, you're different from that. Right.
Unfortunately, that has happened once.
Okay.
Someone did come in thinking they were about to see the Neville's brothers.
Oh, nice.
Sore disappointment.
They were a little different from that. Exactly. But yeah, so
I thought they were the Neville's brothers.
Oh.
In Alabama.
That's unfortunate.
That's funny.
But yeah, so I've got an EP on Spotify.
Yeah.
And so yeah, just search on Spotify, Instagram, all those things for Gracious Me Music, and I'm right there.
Gracious Me is 2 words, right?
Yes.
Right.
Cool. Gracious Me.
And
so when I picked
obviously
that,
you have another album coming out.
I
soon.
do. I
When's
do.
that?
Yeah.
So I have not set a release date yet. It's
Smart.
wise when you're just in the recording process to not pick too ambitious of a release date, because there's at least as much to do after you record an album until you can actually get it out the door.
Yeah, they say like, I think it's like wait until you actually have the CDs at your house.
Yes, because I
Playing
definitely
something.
know people who.
Then you end up like having somebody else's recording on your CDs, and you like have to return
I know
them
people who've had to go to their CD release party with no CDs.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that is wise.
It's still a party.
Indeed.
All right, next song. We got a concert to go to.
Have y'all got a song?
No, it's you.
Oh, okay. All right.
You again.
Can we
Okay, so
play?
y'all
Can
are
we
going to
play?
join me. Yes.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
This one's called Sacred Spaces, and I thought this one was a good kind of September 11th one as well, just about how, we need to see each other's common humanity, and that we need to recognize that all of us are sacred spaces. So if y'all could join me, I would love that.
Yes, please.
All right. Dive bars and bathrooms are refuge places. We duck into both to cry, to say a prayer, to straighten our lipstick and our armor, to look our hearts in the eye. We meet ourselves in the quiet places, alone with our thoughts, they take flight. We see ourselves with a different sight when we realize we are all sacred spaces. Regrets and mischances, our memory retraces. Our past can't be changed if we try. We say a prayer to stiffen our spines and our mission to resist what we can't abide. We meet ourselves in the quiet places, alone with our thoughts, they take flight. We see ourselves in a different sight when we realize we are all sacred spaces. We meet ourselves in the quiet places, alone with our thoughts, they take flight. We see ourselves with a different sight when we realize we are all sacred spaces. Thanks for joining in.
Well, talking about sacred spaces, thanks so
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
Exactly.
The
Thanks,
cathedral
Jerry,
of
for
blood.
hosting us.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for letting us hang out here. So we thought since we are in such a sacred space, we'd sing our song about
Awesome.
all of the awesome songs that we know of in Bluegrass. We know like Doc Watson's been in this room. And,
Great.
lots of great Bluegrass musicians.
Exactly. Alison Krauss has
Alison
recorded
Krauss,
here.
yeah.
Sam Bush has.
Yep.
Mandolin Orange records
Yeah.
here. All sorts of great folks.
So we have a
There's
song.
bluegrass in there.
We have a song called "Bluegrass on my mind," and it's every single word of the song is a song title.
Excellent.
So see how many you can pick out. You happy?
Yeah.
All right, ready?
Ready.
Here we go. Going down, down, down to the sweet sunny south. Hear the group of birds sing, a foggy mountain breakdown, and my Tennessee stud, left footprints in the snow. We'll have a feast here tonight. If our passions are plenty to grow, I'm a man of constant sorrow, thinking about the old home place. But the sunny side of the mountain will put a smile upon your face. You are the sunshine. I'm so lonesome I could cry. But I keep on the sunny side with bluegrass on my mind. Let's have it, folks. Storms upon the ocean, and it's just gone, gone, gone. I fly away to a shady grove while you sing a hobo song. Make me a pilot on your phone so I can roll in my sweet baby songs. This train is bound for glory, headed back to the homestead on the farm. Across the Blue Ridge Mountains, where the soul of a man never dies. I'm sailing on top of the world, where this little light of mine will shine. You are my sunshine. I'm so lonesome I could cry, but I keep on the sunny side with bluegrass on my mind.
I'm still Lex Headley.
You are my sunshine. I'm so lonesome I could cry, but I keep on the sunny side with bluegrass on my mind.
How about that bluegrass? That's very calypso sounding.
Exactly.
Hey, thank
Bluegrass
you.
on a cruise.
Bluegrass on a cruise.
Bluegrass on a
Yeah. Yeah, it needs to get out
That's
sometimes.
fun. Well, thank you graciously for having us here.
Thanks so much for
Really
coming.
appreciate
This
it.
was so fun.
Thanks for being
That's
on our
really
show.
fun.
Thanks.
And get down to the Kraken now.
Woo!
Go see her
Everybody come to
live.
the Kraken.
Actual in person.